Prepare for war! Prepare for war! Far-right action is the only way. People have their say. So pick up your brick or your petrol pump. Did you know class war is going to come? Where will they be when the bullets start flying? Where will you be when your family starts dying? Money having bastards have to be stopped. But it's only the heads that are going to be shot. Prepare for war! Prepare for war! Prepare for war!
Right, I suppose we're sort of anarchic. We've got a message to say, obviously, with the music. I suppose sort of usual sort of anti-government sort of. I just want a sort of like a little bit of parity in the world, a little bit of fairness, a little bit of less sort of fuck you and more like help somebody else. We probably cheated a little bit because both of us sort of drove for I don't know if you know the Spradics. We both drove them. Well, I never really roadie for them. I just got pissed with Sean.
Well, with the Spradics, they've put us on as a support act. A good 3 or 4 times, giving us a leg up into places. They come and watch our gigs when they've probably got something better to be doing. Same with self-abuse, and the local scene, we do try to go to each other's gigs as much as we can, and lend a bit of equipment.
Got the pubs and things that are sort of
who are holding on to that, but the scene is hard work, I've got to say.
It's a shame because there's some really good bands out there.
Yeah.
And I think if they got a chance to be given a bit of a boost, I say Andy Naze has been great. Sort of, yeah, he's a cracking bloke.
Stalewart, isn't he?
Yeah. And funny enough, Bimble from the Spradics used to roadie for him, so I suppose it's a bit of a.
Bring that up. It's strange, isn't it?
It's.
Goes to show it's quite a small scene. Then if it's from other interviews, the same kind of people I get mentioned. Yeah, it's a small but quite a tight scene.
Is everyone sort of helping each other out? Would you say?
Yeah.
I think the reaction's been quite good. I mean, we played.
I don't know. Because just after the referendum, and I made a statement, and it went like Chambers made a statement tonight. We're all voting on the 8th. Silence. To be fair, in the punk scene, you won't get many conservative or right-wing message. Very, very rare, and if they do, they sort of set off their own genre. There's a big message, it's a big scene, sort of underground punk scene, and very vocal, very vibrant, but unfortunately it's not big enough.
I mean, I grew up in the sort of Bournemouth area, and when I was growing up, it really wasn't multicultural at all. I mean, it's only really in the last 10, 15 years, really, which I think maybe in another 10, 15 years, then the scene itself will probably change, different influences coming in. And maybe say because of like Bristol might have more of a reggae sort of base, but there's also a really good punk scene as well, which is both obviously political.
Down here, it's like waving a red flag in a sea of blue rosettes.
Yeah, it's Tobias Elwood. I mean, he's the MP in Bournemouth, for fuck's sake. And he does one kind thing, and everybody fucking calls him like the next bloody messiah. I mean, the fact that he's been voting to take money off the disabled and the poor and the ill and the sick. Everyone forgets that people are actually dying because of the way he voted. Yeah, that's fine. He actually does one decent act in his entire life, and everybody's lauding him as the next bloody coming. But people should look at his voting record before, and the fact that Cheeky Bastard reckons he couldn't afford to survive on, was it £79,000 a year?
Must be hard work.
Oh, it must be hard work. Yeah. It's it's plus expenses. Sorry, not plus expensive. I mean, how on earth are you supposed to make ends meet on that? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys wouldn't get out of bed for that sort of money, surely. I mean, you're like, fuck it, I can't be arsed with this.
Up until about 5-6 years ago, politics kind of passed me by. I was aware of it, and I grew up in a South Wales mining town, so I saw all the miners strike. So it's always been there, but I never really vocalised it. And it's just seeing what's happening with government, especially with this Tory government at the minute, and the people I knock around, you know, it's got to know people like the Spraddicks and the local punk scene, then it's sort of made me more aware, and I just thought, I've got to say something, yeah? You know, if it's falling on deaf ears, at least I'm saying it. So I hope something's round the corner.
Do you hope something's around the corner as well?
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know, we could do something on stage, you know, maybe Crucified Theresa May. I mean, it'd be an idea, I suppose. I'd give it a go.
That's all been done. Well, not the real one, but effigies
No, I was
and all
talking about the real one,
Oh,
to be
right,
fair.
yeah.
If somebody can supply the
I'd be
nails.
awkward for the second gig, but
Yeah.
but yeah, the shock value, I think,
Yeah, I'm not
really
sure what you
much.
do, really, to be fair. If you look at what's available on
can't be
like
cycle shock,
Facebook and like real life sort of, you know, people have been fucking beheaded online and shot on, you know, on Facebook Live and stuff. I mean, you know, people aren't really shocked by it. I don't know, maybe if we actually just people start being kind, that might be actually a little bit of, you know, a little bit of generosity, a little bit of empathy. Maybe that could bring back the shock value and just be nice to each other for a change and just like not just take all the time, maybe just give.
helping people. Now that is shock
would
value.
fucking
That's
shock me,
value.
yeah.
So there's something possible.
Yeah. If you could
hold my
get
breath,
Gideon Osborne to work in a soup kitchen for free for a year, that I think would shock most people. That would be, instead of, he's what, 3 or 4 directorships now? Money grabbing bastard.
And my boss, he's in his 60s, proper conservative. So, but we do have little chats politically, and we're poles apart. But it's all right because we respect each other. You know, we respect we're poles apart politically, and that's okay. Yeah.
I suppose I've always been kind of left wing and just been aware. I try to go back up to Liverpool because I'm originally from there. It didn't really work. You can't really go back. I tried to do a roots thing, but it doesn't really sort of pan out for us. And when I was there, I got involved with various groups. I mean, this was in the early 90s, so Militant was still going. There was quite a few sort of fairly strong left-wing organisations that would meet up. So you just go to meetings and just sit in sort of back rooms and pubs and just chat to people and just listen, because there's a lot of going right across the age spectrum as well. And it's just really sort of, I suppose, empowering, seeing like some 70-year-old Scouse woman saying that she's going to, like, you know, raid town hall with her umbrella and kick off. You just think, well, if she can, so can everybody else. I've worked with kids with special needs, just generally troubled kids for the last 10 years now. And I was, funny enough, I was doing door work at the time. I was doing a door in the Triangle, and I went for this job, and they just said to me, "Oh, so you know, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm head door of a club in Bournemouth." And they looked at me and went, "Okay, when can you start?" No experience or anything. I mean, you've got a fairly decent education, but so I've been doing that, and I still, you know, work with lads with autism. I've cut lads with Tourette syndrome, and just trying to just do a bit and just help young people that wouldn't necessarily get the help, and then often get scorned through whatever background they've got, because there's quite a lot of poverty in certainly Poole and Bournemouth that you wouldn't really think. I mean, we live in one of the richest parts of the country, you know, and you hear tales of like kids knowing at 13 that if you're going to get food out of a bin, you get it out of Iceland, because they don't put poison or bleach in their bins, so they know that's safe. And you think that's like not that far from houses that are £15 million, and you think, well, something's wrong there. That kids have got to, like, you know, that's the only chance they've got to get food for the night is by going through a bin. So a lot of them now are very much into grime, which is, it seems to be sort of, I don't know, like whether it's their punk movements, it's certainly a street level sound. But after listening to a few of it, because they tend to have it on the car quite a bit, which is a lot better than like Fire or Heart, for fuck's sake. But a lot of it's got quite a political edge to it. A lot of it is quite homophobic, misogynistic shite. But a lot of them are quite articulate and they have quite a message to get through. And I think if you sort of, sift through a lot of the crap, there's a message out there that maybe the young people are actually going through grime rather than sort of traditional punk scene. There are people all over the country that are possibly in the same condition as they are. I mean, it's, they're round here is probably nowhere near any of the sort of the estates in inner cities in this country, or certainly abroad. But kids are still suffering, so they probably need to feel that somebody else is actually going through the same sort of thing that they are.